Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not splicing. It's
Well,
grafting.
yeah, splicing is like a type of cut and
Okay.
stuff that you do.
Two plant, two furious.
Yeah.
Tokyo graft. Is that right? I'm sorry.
I like it. I like where your head's at, though, for sure.
Yeah, so I just took a class this last semester called plant propagation. So it was just a bunch of different cuttings. We grafted tomato plants and stuff. And
Like, so where you would have, let's say, like an heirloom and some other type of, I can't think of
Cherry?
tomato names, but
Cherry.
well, yeah,
Grape?
cherry's it's a variety. Those are both variety type. We can go. It's a rabbit hole of like names and what's what and what's called what. But
tell us a little bit.
Yeah.
We're
Give us a little-
totally
we can
intrigued.
talk. So like tomatoes. I mean, because I work at Neon North End Organic Nursery during the spring and
Yeah,
summer,
Yeah. It's a great place.
and we have a bazillion of tomatoes there. But yeah, as far as like it's hard to write it out. But you have like tomato, and its genus is Solium, and then you have your species, that depends on the different types. So you can have your hybrids, hybrids are kind of like two tomatoes that are made in a lab, and they kind of take the benefits of one. You want this one, put it together.
Okay, and if you get bitten by one, do you then become
Then you
tomato
become
man?
tomato man. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just tomatoes it's an intense group because there's so many. There's so many tomatoes that are most of them are heirlooms, which means they've been around forever, kind of thing. Those are typically the longest documented ones, and then your hybrids, like I said, are typically bred together is what a hybrid is, and then a GMO is. I misspoke earlier. GMO is where you're kind of pulling genes from one plant and putting it into another plant.
And that correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what genetically modified
Organism. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's another area as well. There's a bunch of different types of GMO crops. A lot of greens are GMO crops because they can make them what's like Roundup ready. And so they take a gene that's in Roundup and they put it into the plant, into the seed. And then that just pretty much makes it so when they come over with their crop dusters of Roundup, they can spray Roundup like right onto the plant. And everything else will be fine.
Right.
Or, I mean, it will be fine. Everything else will die around, all the weeds and stuff.
Huh. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of plant stuff. I can talk all day about plants.
Does he, Ty?
Oh,
Does
yeah.
he talk all day about plants?
No, absolutely.
I want to hear about bees.
And
Tell
are
us.
you
about-
ever just like, get out of here, you lily-loving piece of shit?
Enough about plants.
She has told me enough because this last semester too, I was taking an annuals perennials class, which was all just identification. We're supposed to identify 300 some plants. I definitely didn't get that many correct, but it was so much. But yeah, she's a time or two. Enough of the plants. It's enough plants.
That's enough, you fucking daffodil. Get out of here.
I really want to hear
Narcissist.
about bees because I heard something recently. Like, there's only X amount of like crop type things left because of what's happening with bees.
If bees go extinct, we will be dominated. So many of the plants require pollination, and bees are the number one pollinators. If bees go away, I think it's like, I don't want to misspeak here, but it's at least, I know it's more than 80% of the produce you find in your grocery store will be gone. Like, so imagine going to your grocery store and looking at the produce section that's nice, full, and plump, and they're all being left as like potatoes because those don't need pollinators. They just grow under the ground. But yeah, it's hard. I can't remember what country. A country recently just banned like a few of the top pesticides that are related to bees. Putting down bees and stuff. The problem is that we're running out of them, and we're trying to like figure out how to keep them going. I guess like one of the biggest problems is we have these bee farmers, and then they take them from orchard to orchard. because we don't have enough bees right now anyway. So they're taking their bees and they're moving them around. But while doing this, you're opening your bees up to disease. Some bees don't come back, and there's all these other elements that come in with it. And then those bees die, and it's hardcore, dude. I heard Morgan Freeman turned his farm into a bee sanctuary, which is kind of cool. Nice. There's like 125 acres or something.
Well, that's cool. See, now, like I've always hated bees, and over the last couple of years, I've like heard the bees are actually very beneficial. Like I didn't know that pollination
very
was
beneficial
like that big.
Is a understatement.
So like I've kind of cooled off on my hatred of bees because I know that they're important, and I didn't know how important they were earlier. Is there a way that we can? Because as far as I know, wasps don't fucking do anything important. Can we get rid of them?
They do. They do.
Son of a bitch.
They're not as important as bees, but they have found that wasps do have an important role. A lot of people think that they don't. I couldn't tell you because I don't know a lot about wasps, but I
what
do
about
know
hornets? Can we get rid of the asshole ones and keep the good ones? Is basically what I'm getting at. Like, can we figure out how to get rid of the asshole bees?
I think that
keep the cool ones.
We can't do that. You know why?
We gotta let people live.
Like well, let's just kill all the asshole people.
That would be fantastic.
No.
I'd be for that. Let's get rid of them.
It's fucked.
Let's get rid of the ones that are pieces of shit and aren't helping anybody.
We need a large amount, like a mix of everything.
But do we though?
Yeah.
Do we?
Dude, there's going to be some days where we need the fucking asshole people, and there's going to be some days that we need the asshole bees or wasps or whatever. Just because we don't like them doesn't mean that there's not a place for them.
Yeah. I don't know. Another problem is just people aren't that educated about it. And a lot of people, it doesn't help with your big box stores like Home Depot or Lowe's or those places that sell the pesticides that people can just go home and spray themselves. Because again, people are uneducated and they'll be spraying during times that you shouldn't. Like obviously you should. Oh no, not obviously. People that know.
Now, when you say people, do you mean me? Because I am very uneducated about
yes,
what insects do and why they're helpful. I don't like them.
And I'm always open for questions. Know that I do this now, so feel free to, because I get it a lot. They'll be like, can I spray this? Probably not. Don't do it. But you can get away with, there's so many other elements that you can do to help. People want the quick, easy fix.
Right.
And they want instant results, and that's the problem.
Okay. So what are some things then that we can do on a day-to-day basis to kind of help with the bee problem? Is there anything that like okay, so just like go to the library and be like, I need some bees, I need some bee material. Should I watch Bee Movie?
Yes, you should.
Because I did actually. I watched Bee Movie because I'm a Jerry Seinfeld fan, and I had heard,
who doesn't love Jerry Seinfeld?
I had heard terrible things about this movie, so I was like, I have to see it for myself. And I guess, spoiler alert, one of the things is that like the Jerry Seinfeld bee like sues the human race so that they stop
is fantastic.
They stop taking honey, and then once that happens, everything starts going to shit.
Yeah, because then the bees aren't going out to pollinate anymore. They have all the honey they need because they think, I don't know, that's a fake movie, but
well, yeah, but I mean, is that like? Is
it similar?
Like, was that a movie that was trying to teach people something, or was it just like?
Yeah, I would say so. Maybe. I mean, it's been a while. They have way better law practices than I do. The bees, so because Jerry went to court on that. Yeah, I don't know. It does because like a lot of stuff. Bees just do so much. They pollinate everything. That's like their job, is to go out and do that, while other bugs and stuff may do that, but it's not their goal,
right?
Kind of thing. Like hummingbirds, they're just doing it to eat nectar, but by them going into a flower and going to another flower, they're pollinating it with their cute little hummingbird faces. But I don't like bees. Their job is to go get pollen, and so I guess they're not technically trying to pollinate either, but by them doing their job, which is very important.
Right.
I don't know. I heard a cool thing that the queen bee produces off like some sort of jelly that's really good.
Like Slurm?
Maybe. I don't know what Slurm is.
Futurama?
Oh.
Did anybody ever... I guess there was like, for those of you who haven't seen Futurama, there's an episode where like they're like there's this drink, Slurm. It's like a, you know, like a soda or whatever it is, and they find out that it's being made by like the queen, like some kind of slug, queen slug's like tail.
That's probably where they got it from. Then I'm gonna look it up.
All right, so while Brett's looking up
Slurm bee jelly stuff,
bee jelly stuff, Ty,
yeah,
what's up?
Monkey butt. Is that still a saying?
Probably.
Butt.
I don't know.
Chicken butt?
It's never been monkey butt. You're making shit up now.
What's up,
whoa,
chicken
whoa.
butt?
First of all, she just admitted to us that she's sick, so fucking take it easy. That's
touche.
Let's not
Sorry, I
yell.
didn't mean to laugh directly into the microphone.
Let's not yell at Ty. And because you're coming off like a bit of an asshole right now.
No,
I apologize for that.
I don't know. I had a question, and then I just completely forgot.
Well, you said what's up. You asked the question.
I did say what's up, but that was just because I had forgotten the actual thing. So let's move back into comedy a little bit.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. You looked it up?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's called royal jelly is what it's actually called. And it's only in the queen bee. It's what she feeds the larva with. But it can... reduce cancer. Heart disease risks. It has like a whole list of like stuff, but it's only made by the queen bee, so we can't use it.
Huh? Why can't we?
Because she only makes a certain amount for her little babies.
Oh, okay.
And they're endangered.
Fair. Yeah, we don't want to take that.
We can't just be walking around stealing.
But I heard it's like really cool. It's like I don't know. She like eats the honey and like processes it even more into super honey that they call royal jelly.
I like it.
All right. So for those of you out there listening, fucking
don't
help save the bees and keep your hands off the queen jelly.
Yeah.
You sons of bitches out there stealing jelly from the queen. Who do you think you are?
Jerks.
I don't know why.
I don't know. It got intense, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You wanted to ask about more comedy?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Specifically, Ty's
comedy.
Now you don't do a lot. You don't do comedy, but you're a very funny person. Is there like, do you just have like anxiety about getting up on, or is it not something you want to do? Because like in real life, you're very like, you might be funnier than Brett.
She is.
Don't say that.
She 100% is.
So what, like, have you ever had the desire, or are you just like, I don't want to, it's just not for me?
Yeah, I don't know. I did it the few times because I'm kind of a adrenaline junkie.
Okay.
And being up there on stage is like a ton of adrenaline.
That's true.
I hear it goes okay. I don't know. I don't want to do that all the time.
Right.
Just when I want to.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
So, I mean, I don't know. He has passion, though. He should really be doing comedy all the time.
Yeah, you do seem, I mean, I know you, a couple months ago, you kind of hit me up like, hey, do you want to meet up and talk comedy? And we did that, and I thought was kind of cool.
It was cool.
Nobody ever asks me, like, do you want to talk about,
well, that's because you're really funny, and you're intimidating.
Aww.
Really?
Yeah, Eric.
Come on. No, I'm not. I'm intimidating? I mean, I appreciate you saying that, but I don't.
Like, I mean, not anymore.
I don't feel like that's like...
You were intimidated. I would say he was intimidated. Like, when we first came back into comedy, you were hosting the open mic, and that's, I don't know, as young up-and-comers, that's kind of intimidating. I don't know.
And you do kind of walk around like you know that, like you're the
you got that
boss.
You got that rooster walk.
Rooster.
I lead with my neck.
Yeah, a lot. And lately you've been roasting fucking everybody, so you know I didn't think I want to be in that war path either. I'd be like, I'm just gonna stay clear of Eric.
All right, well, okay, that's fair. I mean,
I'm just kidding. I like it. I like being roasted. I don't know. As I was saying, I was like, oh no, this is coming off too sexy, and I just.
Well, the thing about that though is that like anytime I do that, it's only because if I'm on a show and there's only comics in the audience, I feel like, all right, let's see what these guys have. One, I don't get to open mics as much as I would like.